Hey y'all, what's up? It's your boy Evan here. Welcome to the Cartoon Block. Today we're going to be reviewing the Parblo Mast 22 pen display. Let's check it out and see how it holds up.
This video is sponsored by Parblo. I want to thank the good people at Parblo for sending me the Mast 22. So let's go ahead and unpackage this bad boy and see what we got inside. Gonna go ahead and open up the seal and raise open the cover, and I see that we have like the box of supplies and accessories and the big mama jamma itself, the Mast 22. Inside the box you'll find all the accessories that you need: the power cord, the HDMI cable, the USB cable, the USB charging cord for the stylus itself, the stylus stand. If you unscrew the bottom of the stand, you'll find 8 replacement nibs for the stylus. You can rest your stylus on the stand 2 different ways, vertically or horizontally. You also get a cleaning cloth. First, you want to go ahead and charge your stylus by plugging it into an AC adapter. Once you do that, you'll see a blue light appear on the stylus. You first want to remove the tape that's holding down some of the packaging and protective materials over the cover itself. And you'll also notice that there's a matte film on the glass. And that's to help you get a more of a paper-like feel. The stand is pretty cool. You can go ahead and adjust it with one hand. I do feel like it may be sort of flimsy when you are, if you accidentally kind of like lean or press down too much on the stand itself. The back of the stand is made of plastic. Something I would like to see in the next version of the Mast 22 is to make the stand metal. You'll see underneath the monitor, you'll have access to all your buttons: the power, the cancel, the plus or minus, and the menu button options. But overall, looking at this display out of the box, it's a very good looking device. I like the aluminum, body that it has, and it's thinner, much thinner than other devices that, are in this same class. Now let's go ahead and set it up. You want to go ahead and connect your HDMI, the USB, and the power cord cables into the display. Connect the power cord to the power block. Plug in your HDMI and your USB into your computer.
It's morphin' time!
Then underneath the display, you want to go ahead and find the power button, and it turns right on. The menu buttons at the bottom allow you to adjust the brightness and contrast and other things on the screen itself and the display. I wish that the buttons were placed in a more convenient area because I found myself having to lift it up in order to access them. So in the next version, I would like to see them go ahead and put the buttons maybe on top or even on the sides of the display. Now it's time to download the drivers. You first want to go to parblo.com, click on support, then click download drivers, and then choose the appropriate driver for your computer. And you can go ahead and simply click download and let that process go ahead and start. Once you've installed it on your desktop or wherever your downloads folder is, go ahead and click the package. And once we open it up, just follow the instructions on screen. Simply go through the setup process to install the driver on your desktop. Here you'll see installation is successful. And once we have that, you want to go into your mission control and open up the pen settings app, and it will appear on screen. In this window, you want to make sure you choose the 21.5 tablet monitor in the drop-down menu. And you can also adjust the click sensitivity of your stylus. So here I'm just drawing with the stylus on screen to go ahead and get the proper calibration that I want and the proper feel for the pen. And the driver, it can sense, how much pressure you're applying to the screen. So So you go ahead and adjust this to your level that you want, and you can kind of see, you know, if you want like a light touch or like a heavy touch to your pen pressure. Me personally, I kind of prefer a medium to light touch, but it all depends on how much of a heavy hand that you have. You can also program the buttons on the stylus for some of your most commonly used tasks in your drawing application. And just go ahead and choose these two drop down menus to, you know, see which options you have. And of course on this other tab you can go ahead and, you know, orientate your screen however you need to. And then once you open up your drawing applications, for me it's Photoshop, you can do some more fine-tuning adjustments on it if you like, but let's just get into the drawing. The stylus feels fine in my hand. It's comfortable. I don't, you know, get any kind of like, you know, fatigue or tiredness in my fingers as I'm holding it for any long periods of time. The stylus does not have tilt support. That's something I would like to see in their next version. The pressure sensitivity is really good. As I'm like going through and making my strokes with the stylus, the display really picks up my pressure sensitivity very well. So there are 8,192 levels of pressure sensitivity, and the body of the stylus is very strong. As far as the parallax, which is the distance between where you place your nib and where the cursor actually appears on the screen, the parallax could be better. I would like to see them improve it in their next version, but this could perhaps be improved with a simple update from another driver. I love the pressure sensitivity on the strokes that it gives me. The stylus and the screen really do work well together, and the screen does a very good job at picking up, you know, my quick and sketchy lines and stuff. It's very light. I can make it light, and as soon as I press down, it does get darker. So I do like that because this kind of style fits well with my own unique drawing style. I'm very loose, I'm very messy, and I do like to see my light sketchy lines before I jump into the thicker, darker lines. As far as the control of the pen nib on the screen, I did notice that there was some slight, you know, line wobbling on the screen. Now, me personally, I won't ever be drawing this slow, but it is something that might be an issue to some people who have it. It's just something to keep in mind if you are going to be, you know, moving the stylus very slow across the screen. Like I said, it didn't bother me, but it might bother other people. One big thing that I noticed was that as I'm drawing on the screen, there is as you're pressing down with the stylus and getting that, you know, thicker pressure sensitivity, one thing I did notice as I'm drawing, you know, throughout the process, the stylus and the nib were making this squeaking noise. As I'm applying more pressure on the stylus, the nib is being pushed inside the stylus holder even more, and it's making that squeaking sound like it's going in and out. So hopefully that's something that Parblo can improve on in their next version. I would just like the nib to be more securely fastened inside the nib holder. I tried taking it out and then putting it back in. That didn't work. So it's just that squeaking noise that you might hear sometimes depending on how hard you draw on the screen. The Mast 22 comes with this matte film on the screen to give you that paper-like feeling when you're drawing. I necessarily didn't need it myself. You can keep it on if you wish, or like me, you can take it off. I didn't mind the glassy feel on the screen, and it was okay. The screen is 1920 by 1080 HD. One thing I really like about the display is that it has a good, strong aluminum body, and it's very thin compared to other displays in the same category. The Mast 22 doesn't come with express keys or hotkeys on the side or on the top anywhere. I would like to see them add some express keys and hotkeys in the next edition. As of now, this is the current price of the Parblo Mast 22. You can get it from their website or from Amazon or any other retailer that sells electronics and drawing monitors and tablets. Overall, the Parblo Mast 22 is a decent device. There are a few things that I would like to see them do in the future by adding the tilt function on the stylus and giving us some hotkeys and express keys. But for the size of the screen that you get, which is a 21.5 inch drawing screen, it's a pretty decent price for the features that you get.
During this time, Parblo is offering a 10% discount for the Mast 22. Grab the discount code in the description below and you can use it during your checkout process. If you're still struggling with coming up with your own superhero body, grab my free superhero mini course. It'll save you time, effort, and aggravation, and you can draw your own superhero body and impress all your friends.